Actors who demanded more money but got fired. We would often think that production companies and studios have never-ending budgets. While there are mountains of money used for TV shows and movie production, money finishes at the end. Because if there were bottomless budgets, we would only be seeing every top-billed actor in every other film. Sometimes even with budgets, actors find themselves demanding more money. It could be either because they deserve that money, they are in extreme need due to the wage gap between actors, or just asking ridiculous amounts to leave the role. But whatever the reason may be, there are several actors who got fired because they demanded more money. Stay tuned till the end to find some surprising names here. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Kirstie Alley, Star Trek 3 and 4. In 1982 Star Trek II, the fans were confused for an initial moment when the movie starts with young Officer Saavik at the helm commanding the crew, instead of Captain Kirk. Later on, we learn that Saavik is a Vulcan trainee. Kirstie Alley stars as Saavik, leaving a great impression on the audience through her first scenes in the movie. The character of Saavik appears twice in Star Trek III and Star Trek IV before it disappears completely. However, instead of casting Alley as Saavik in Star Trek III and Star Trek IV, Robin Curtis plays the role. So why did Alley's role get cut? Apparently, Alley demanded more money. In her interview with StarTrek.com in 2016, Kirstie Alley told that she didn't ask for more money, but she was already being offered less. That never made sense to me, like you're paying as much as the first one and it's a bigger role. She further said that she asked for money gently, but she never received any answer and was fired without explanation as well. Suzanne Somers, Three's Company. Three's Company was one of the most famous and successful sitcoms of ABC production in the 1980s television world. The story is about two women living with a man together as roommates. Suzanne Somers was one of the lead women, and she thought that a pay raise would be a good idea. However, her idea led her to be fired. The Hollywood Report wrote that Somers was being paid $30,000, while her co-star John Ritter was charging $150,000. When Suzanne demanded more money, ABC Company agreed to increase $5,000 per episode. Suzanne didn't accept the offer and stood her ground. She missed Season 5 scenes while filming, and the production studio fired her. Somers' husband, Alan Hamill, had a friend at ABC, and he called to tell Alan that the studio was unwilling to pay more money to any leading lady, and the studio made Somers as an example of the consequence. Do you think ABC's network has done fair with Suzanne? Tell us in the comments, yes or no. Marcus Chong, The Matrix Sequels. Marcus Chong appeared in The Matrix 1999 as Tank. He is the only crew member of the Nebuchadnezzar who survives, but he doesn't appear in the movie sequels. Actually, the writers and directors of the Wachowskis team wanted Chong to reprise his role, but Marcus Chong was busy making odd demands. Wachowskis offered him $250,000 to $400,000 for his role, but Chong was insistent on $1 million for reprising his role. Wachowskis denied the request, and then Chong came up with another strange strategy where the studio either pays him $500,000 or he can do the movie for free. The Wachowskis had enough of his nonsense and decided to kill his character. Crispin Glover, Back to the Future sequels. Now this is an interesting one. Crispin Glover starred as Marty McFly's father in 1985's Back to the Future. However, he was not cast for the next two sequels, and his disappearance led to a lawsuit. In 2012, Glover told the AV Club that he was offered $150,000 for the sequel, which was half the amount that his co-stars with similar-sized roles were offered. He tried to negotiate the price, but the production studio reduced the amount to $25,000. When Glover left, the studio booked Jeffrey Weissman in his place. However, they made a face mold of Glover's face for Weissman, and this mold was much more expensive than imagined. In 1990, Glover sued the producers for using his likeness without permission. At last, a lawsuit of $760,000 was settled. Robert Duvall, The Godfather, Part 3. Robert Duvall was the star cast of The Godfather, playing the role of shrewd consigliere of the Corleone family, Tom Hagen. He was highly praised for his role in the film and even received his first Academy Award nomination. Duvall reprised his role for 1974's The Godfather Part 2 as well, and though Hagen survives the events of Part 2, he is nowhere to be seen in The Godfather Part 3. They claim Hagen died between the years that passed. In 2004, Duvall opened up about Hagen's character. He told Charlie Rose that he was not offered enough money, so he didn't reprise his role for the third movie. Robert Duvall said, "I said I would work easily if they paid Al Pacino twice what they paid me, that's fine, but not 3 or 4 times, which is what they did. DUVALL also told Reuters that he didn't have any regrets about not appearing in the third film, as many critics don't think it is good. Did Robert make an unreasonable demand? Let us know in the comments. Rob Lowe, The West Wing. Rob Lowe starred as the main character Sam Seaborn in The West Wing, a political drama in 1999. Rob reprised his roles over the course of 3 seasons, but the Seaborn's role was lessened and it was written off in the 4th season. Rob Lowe told the CBR that he was the only lead actor who didn't get paid enough money. Lowe's co-actors have double salaries, but his salary had remained the same, $75,000 per episode, while Martin Sheen earned $300,000 per episode. In his official statement, Lowe said that he had been grateful to be part of the series, but it was increasingly clear for quite a while that there was no longer a place for Sam Seaborn in the West Wing. Sean Connery, James Bond on Her Majesty's Secret Service. Till now, many of us consider Sean Connery as the real James Bond. While the audience loved and admired him, the producers had another thought in mind. Connery played the role of 007 for 5 movies before he started demanding compensation. In 1967's You Only Live Twice, he was paid $750,000 and a 25% share in merchandising. But now, for reprising his role for the next movie, he demanded $1 million and a percentage in gross. The producers tried to threaten Sean Connery by suggesting to bring in George Lazenby. Once Connery didn't budge, the producers and filmmakers had no option but to boot Sean Connery and hire George Lazenby. Lazenby also acted in his one and only appearance of James Bond on Her Majesty's Secret Service, 1969. That's a wrap of today's video. Were you sad to see any of these characters leave the movies? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content. Hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.